In the summer of 2023, I set off to Banff National Park to hike what has been dubbed the most beautiful hike in Canada. I was not prepared for what was to come.
Welcome to beautiful Sunshine Village. So I'm just getting packed up here all on the ground. All right, so we're all packed up here. Are you kidding me? Look at that. It's half the height of a tire. That thing is huge. Well, this is the easy way up. It costs like 40 or 50 bucks.
Our journey today is a 45-kilometer out and back hike to Pharaoh Peak. Day one of this 3-day trip starts in Banff National Park at the Sunshine Village parking lot, heading between the valley parallel to Healy Creek. Halfway up the valley is the Healy E5 Campground where I was booked for the night. I was able to get one of the last spots in the entire area at this campsite. On day two, we climb Healy Pass between Healy Peak and Monarch Ramparts and down the other side towards Egypt Lake. The Egypt Lake area is world-renowned for its beauty. There's multiple lakes including Scarab Lake, Mummy Lake, Egypt Lake, and Pharaoh Lake, among others. There's also Egypt-themed summits, including the Sphinx, Scarab Peak, and our target, Pharaoh Peak. After summiting the Pharaoh and going back to camp, on the third day I would go back to Healy Pass and traverse the Monarch Ramparts in a loop and then go back to my vehicle. Or at least, that was the plan.
I don't know where the trail is around here, but we'll find it. This goes parallel to the gondola for the first third, and then the gondola goes left. The trail goes straight. So we've made it to the junction here. No bicycles. Healy Pass, 8.4 kilometers. Where I'm camping is only like 4 or 5. Something that's pretty interesting about Sunshine here is that 2 days ago, lightning struck the cars, the cable lines or whatever, for the first time ever. And they had to, I don't know, use some emergency backup to get the lines clear, to get people out. And 100 people were stranded on the top. I just walked through the biggest spiderweb in human history, all the way across like a big net and just... This here is a red huckleberry. And these are just little guys. On Vancouver Island, these are the size of like grapes. Yeah, nice, really nice and sweet. We've also got, they're also huckleberry, purple ones. Oh my God, that's so good. I just eat that for dinner. So turning off the trail here, very cool, look at this. Look at this mess. I slipped and it I don't know, it sprayed. Pretty darn close to camp here, but I just came across this amazing weird blue and white mushroom. Check that out, it's got this beautiful blue sheen on it. Got ourselves another little opening here. Just take a breath of fresh air in here with me. Ready? Oh, it's just so clean and fresh. It's so nice. I'm getting so distracted. This red guy here. There are so many mushrooms on this trail. It's unbelievable. Mushrooms everywhere. There's some black ones down here. These guys, this is a different variety. Look at these guys. There's more in here. Here's some lighter yellow ones. So this is the food storage and cooking area over here. But look at this. Got bear boxes here. Stick your hand in there, you push up, lift it, and then you store your food. There's also a nice picnic table here. Okay, now we'll go get a campsite. It's called Healy E5 Campsite. This is the one I'm booked at. Oh, this one's mine right here, number 4. The creek is just over here. So I'm gonna find the outhouse and then I'm gonna find the best way to the water. That way I'm not trying to figure that out like late night. If you watch my Hidden Lake video, the outhouse is very similar. It's covered in mesh and wire so bears can't rip into it. I'm guessing it's primitive. I'm guessing there's no toilet paper in there. Let's go check. That is definitely an outhouse as expected. No toilet paper, just a toilet seat and place to take a dump. And that definitely smells like an outhouse. Let's close that back up. Look at this. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. This is looking pretty good. We got everything set up, so I've got my vestibule here with my extra clothes, extra socks, pants, and my puff pillows all set up, and then over here, what I like to do is get all this set up. Electronics are there. Got my contact lens case and my toothbrush and stuff, headlamp, toilet paper, and then I'll put the bear spray. So I'm gonna make some food now, filter some water, and just chill out, max out, relax out, shooting some b-ball outside at the school. So I found another access point to the water in my camp. Pretty nice. So this is a Nemo Hornet. I've never seen one in person. Pretty cool tent. This is a two-person tent. Pretty quiet out here. It's just me and that one guy at campsite 5 with the dog. Apparently he was saying that this campsite just doesn't get used that much. Everyone books up the other one months and months in advance, but no one books up this one because it's further out. Oh, that's good. So it's 8:30 now. Pretty chilly out here. I'm glad I brought my puff and some warm pants and stuff. I actually brought some of those little hotties. Sun's about to set, so probably gonna just jump in my tent here and go to sleep. You know, it's pretty chilly out here. It feels good. Good night. Good morning. It was a pretty cold night. Got out to the open here. I'm just heading up Healy Pass. Getting off to a little bit of a slow start, but 7:45 is when I left camp there. My guide GPS is telling me 1,800 meters for the day. Back to the campsite, not even back to the car. Go this way. This is absolutely incredible up here. The one behind me over there is Healy Peak. This big long ridge on my right side, that's a Monarch Ramparts, which I guess has technically two summits along it. It's like a ridge. Wow, it is glorious out here. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. Are you seeing this? You can see one of the lakes down there. Okay, so starting with this one, that's got to be the Pharaoh. That one's got to be the Sphinx. That's got to be Egypt Lake. And then behind it's got to be, back behind that one is Scarab. And Mummy Lake's got to be back here somewhere. I mean, we'll see how it is. It just, if I can do it, I can do it. I got my helmet. Jogging down. I see the sun actually starting to poke out behind me, which getting me excited. Look at this big honking mushroom. As big as my hand. So that last mushroom I just showed you, I'm seeing more of them, but twice or 3 times as big, and they're everywhere around here. If anyone knows what that thing is, we're starting to get deep into the forest. We should get kind of bottom out, and then it's a climb back up. Something I'm not used to out here. I may have to start a pretty girl counter. Like just hiking towards the lake here, we're already past 4 of them. Back home, it's more like you pass 1 in like a month of hiking. It's Banff for the area. Calgary, got a lot of pretty girl hikers, I don't know. Is that not the coolest looking rock ever? Wow, look at this thing. So we've got a junction here. There's a few little wooden houses over here, cabins or something. So we're gonna head over here first to check this out, see what this is.
This here is a warden's cabin, one of many, built in 1942 as a network of cabins for wardens to patrol the area on horseback or by snowshoe. Today it's a federally recognized heritage building. Egypt Lake Campground is the most coveted of all the campgrounds in the area, as it's situated right at Egypt Lake and at the base of Pharaoh Peak.
Look at that, dual toilets. Nerves are starting to kick in. We're gonna get up here and see what this thing looks like. This is a little puzzling. 1.5 miles. Why is that measured in miles? Middle of Banff National Park in Canada.
Upon reaching the boulder field, the trail starts to go up very steeply with switchbacks.
So that's the Sphinx back there.
To gain access to all of the summits and all of the lakes except Egypt Lake, which is at the base, one must climb halfway up the mountain to where the trail will fork in multiple different directions. Numerous switchbacks opens up to the first view of Egypt Lake and Scarab Lake.
This is a sufferfest. It's so steep.
This section is not particularly hard, but it is if you just hike Healy Pass before doing this.
Finally getting some sun. So we can see the ramp of it now. Yeah, there's still a bit of climbing to do. Look at the little cutie on this rock. Oh, there's a white and red marmot down there. White and red marmot is very cool. I've never seen one of those before. So that's Scarab Peak behind me there. Oh, you can just barely see Scarab Lake down there. So here's the backside of Pharaoh. See, it's got to go over here, plateau, and then up somewhere there.
It was at this point I made a major mistake. I was too busy following the group ahead of me instead of checking my map. What you're about to see is me taking the wrong route up on hard, unforgiving scree where one mistake could be fatal. The correct path is to take this chute up the middle, as this is soft scree, one where you can kick your feet in and create footsteps all the way up to the top of the mountain.
trail runners there, fast and light. Just came by. So you can see everyone scurrying up like a bunch of little mice on the side of a mountain here. It's just so beautiful out here. Big peaks everywhere. Wow. So you can see down here, these trail runners are they're going that way. I have no idea where that goes, but they're not going up Pharaoh. Oh, this is wild. These rocks are like the size of small cars now. Well, there's I think a Scarab Lake and Mummy Lake. You can now see in the back. Which way to go? That way? That way looks better to me. So on the upper bench here now. Me and you. Well, me and these guys. Catching up to them again. Looks like they're taking a pathway up there in the grass. Oh jeez, it's just gnarly. Right up there. Go up. It's rough watching like 8 people going up there, and I'm on the edge of a panic attack. I know part of me can just push up there, and the other part of me is just freaking out because like, this is exposed, man. This is some serious deal. Like, look at the slope of this thing here. It was a real push to get up here. I'm above a ledge, so if I fall from here, yeah, it's game over.
Getting up there and then they go sideways.
Ugh, I'm getting shaky. Damn it. So God damn it. God damn it. Gets beyond the limit. I can't control it. Just the more I want to go up and convince myself, the more panicky I get. If I just say like, no, I'm done here. I'm just gonna sit here for the rest of the day, and I start to chill. So I was using that group as leverage to push myself up. Now that they're gone, I can see them just barely on that ridge. This is such a high consequence mountain. You know, I looked at multiple YouTube videos and nobody really shows this. They just show like one clip of the start and one clip of the top. I'm like, oh, it was not too bad. I'm like 3/4 the way up the Pharaoh. You gotta be kidding me. I really talked myself into getting onto this ledge here, and I was like, oh, it'll be better up there, and it's like, it's worse. I'm done. I gotta get down. I gotta get down. I gotta just use what I got to get back down. Yeah, let's go.
The hard-packed angled slope offered no safety to the top. Amidst my panic, I saw 2 members of the group above both slip at the same time, grasping for grass tufts to prevent their doom. Panic had won this battle. In fact, this region, as there were two other peaks to summit, the lesser Pharaoh and another immediately behind me, but my mind was filled with fright, not logic. Only after I admitted defeat to the mountain did the terror in my soul leave my body. For a brief moment I thought of checking out the loose scree chute, the proper route to my left. This thought was fleeting as I sat perched on a rock, digging in my heels as I slowly slid to the edge.
I'm pretty open with my channel, but going around this rock right here, so you can see I'm now below what I was just sitting on. Nobody needed to see that. It took me 20 minutes to move 10 feet because there's no footholds. I'm literally digging footholds with my pole here. I'm digging them so I can get down. But up there, it was just so much steeper. I have a long ways back to my camp, and I don't even know what I'm doing the rest of my day here.
If you think this looks like a nightmare hiking down, you're right, it is. One wrong step and you'll twist your ankle.
Oh, it's frustrating. You can see them standing on the summit up there. They're all enjoying the view. Look at this perfect weather. The sun came out. It's 1 o'clock now. I totally thought I'd be up and down by now. I'm thinking here, this episode is not over. I might crank it back and go tag Healy Peak. I gotta get a peak today. I'm gonna go nuts. The Scarab one looks like it's a no-go. It just looks like... Alright, it's 1:35. It took me 40 minutes to descend from hell. There's very much a trail here. I took the inside and then hugged on the right side of that rock there. I need to decide. The Scarab is straight ahead there. Obviously it doesn't look like you can get up there. A bushwhack adventure, I'm not sure. Or I have to go really far around. I've only got so much gas in the tank, so it's either this or if I fail at that, then it's a double failure. Then it's really going to suck. If I go back, I know for sure I can get up Healy Pass to Healy Peak and bag that one. This is a good shot. We can see exactly. And then I think right there, see there's a big flat one and then there's a smaller one to the right. I believe I was on the smaller one to the right. Leaping Mario over here. Oh, it's two of them. They're playing tag. Oh, there's a third one up here. Fourth one. 4 marmots. We're getting a good look at the Sphinx there. You see that the slope on that is way steeper. If you think about it, what other hiking YouTuber gives you the pleasure of watching them have a full-blown panic attack on a mountain? You know, you got Foresty. He's a real champ. He's having no panic attacks up there. He just crushes summits. You got Adventure Archives. Those guys aren't having panic attacks. Craig Adams. There's no panic attacks on his channel. So I'm looking at this Scarab. Looks like a big waterfall. I don't think you can get up there. That's Healy Peak. I have to climb at least to the right side to the pass. Oh, it's going to be a big day. We're already at 16 kilometers for the day. It's going to be a long day. I've got a little consolation prize for you guys, which should be pretty nice. That is a monster.
Ooh. Ooh, that's... Ooh.
The history of the Egypt-themed lakes and peaks is a bit unknown. They were named in 1922 by surveyor Arthur O. Wheeler, who after 30 years of exploration was awestruck by the beauty and charm of the area.
This Egypt lake is a must-see. The big rock wall back here is incredible. It almost makes me feel a little bit better about completely failing up on Pharaoh.
The official Egypt-themed names were adopted in 1956.
I gotta head now. I've got, I don't know, at least 10K back to my tent. Woo! Pants in hand, I'm ready to go. So it's 3:05. That's Healy Peak. That's Healy Pass. I gotta get up. I'll decide at the top of Healy Pass if I got the gas to do the peak. So I just refilled with water. I got some food, some electrolytes. And also we have the hot girl counter up to 9 today. So that's always exciting too. We got a lot of uphill to go now. 20 kilometers now. Halfway up this pass. Oh, check out Healy Pass with the sun now. Absolutely incredible. Trying to figure out what to do, not only for today but tomorrow, because I think the ramparts here, this whole thing, off limits. $25,000 fine for stepping on the grass. So the map shows everything towards where I was camped at there. I figured out Healy Peak is this one right here. So all you need to do is just, you know, stay away from this, go more to the left and up. So I studied that map very carefully, made a route, and I just went far left, and so I'm not in that zone. So it's right at 5 o'clock. That's the summit there. We're gonna try to go tag this. This is a case of a peak looking much bigger than it is. So false summit there. Close, folks. One last breather. Big cliff. Big cliff, summit, almost there. This is an incredible summit, so beautiful, unbelievable. This was a sleeper. Oh, geez, I'm getting woozy.
What a whirlwind of a day. After failing on Pharaoh Peak, I had no idea I'd be summiting such an amazing mountain. While the frustration is still fresh in my mind, the views atop Healy Peak are like nothing I've ever seen before. While this wasn't the experience I set out to do, it's an experience I won't forget. It's moments like this that are my favorite in the mountains, when you set out to do something, but you end up getting surprised by something you just didn't expect to be there. The views on top of Healy Peak are so vast. There's so much water and so many different types of mountains, different shapes and sizes, glaciers, lakes, the crisp wind blowing in my face, and the sun beginning to set. It's moments like this I find there's not enough time to enjoy, but maybe that's the beauty of it. Maybe that's what makes moments like this so special.
The other peak I was looking at doing is the Monarch Rampart, which I think is, yeah, that one right there. And it's actually got multiple. If you go down there, there's 2 summits. The no hike zone, definitely part of it is in that for sure. So I was just like, yeah, let's come up here. And this was totally worth it. I mean, this has got to be one of the best summits I've ever stood on. That's saying something. I bagged 74 peaks last year, and this is unreal. I'm just awestruck. Like, I'm just finding new things, like over here, big glacier. I kind of have to get going, but man, I want to enjoy this a little bit longer. It's 5:30. I can get down in 15 minutes. That gets me ahead of schedule, and then I get roll back into camp at probably 7ish. So happy I came up here. Felt like such a defeat not getting up the Pharaoh there. Street book in here for the Pharaoh being supposed to be the highlight. I think this is the highlight. The view here is just unreal. It's like as high, but it's in the middle. There's at least 12 lakes. I'm so happy I did this. It just feels like it's relieved this burden that I needed to summon something, and then it was something so good. It wasn't just some piddly little peak. Man, this thing is Healy. To add this to your bucket list if you're a local, you would not want to go down that. The hottie counter is up to 13 now. I saw a group of 3 of them. Triple trouble. So I'm at 23 kilometers right now for the day. It should just be like 100 meters that way. Right on course, the border to that no off-trail zone is about 50 feet to my left. So I just go straight here and I'll hit the Healy Pass trail, and then on the trail all the way back to camp. There it is. So I achieved my goal at 6 o'clock. I'm back here, 6:05. So my stats now, I'm at 24.5 kilometers, which was what I was projecting for the whole day. I still have 4.5 down. So I'm currently in the hurt locker. 28 kilometers now. My quads are sore. My butt is chafed, feet are sore, and I'm just absolutely exhausted. So within 1 kilometer, I should be sitting on a bench eating rice noodles. Sweet home. I don't think there's anyone here. There might be one group. Definitely all the pads are empty. Yeah, I'm gonna eat and then go to bed. At least it's a little warmer right now, so hopefully it's warmer tonight so I don't freeze to death again. So 6:57 and 28.5 kilometers basically. That makes that the longest single continuous hike I've ever done. That was so good. Nice warm meal after all that. I just feel like alive eating that. My jacket's underneath. And for my toes, you can see I've got my feet going into my sleeping bag to create like a long toe box. If you put a bandana on and like twirl it and fold it down, it creates a closed toque.
Good morning. So, my little tactic with my foot box, that worked quite well actually.
Alright, getting a bit of a slow start here. It's 8:30. It's sunny today though. So we're gonna head down and head over to Jasper and find some fun van life stuff to do there so I can kind of relax a bit. I'll keep you updated here on the attractive girl counter. We're up to 14 now. We've got to hike down, so there's still room for more. And I also add in 4 from when I came up, so the first day. So now we're 18. We add in the first day. And what a ridiculous metric. Make that 19. Almost back to my car now. Just walking around this parking lot here looking for different Vanlife vehicles. And I spotted a couple pretty cool ones. Check these out. Got a Delica. These are nice high van. Right wheel drive because they're import from Japan. This Ram 3400 ProMaster is pretty cool, big vehicle. A little too big for my liking, but for van life that thing is pretty ideal if you're not going off-road. I'm all about the off-road like Chrome from Van City Van Life, so ideally I want to get a vehicle that has better clearance than mine, but for now it'll have to do. This sweet rig. That's a pretty cool camper. This thing's pretty sweet. He's got his YouTube on the back there at Defender 300. Got a couple pretty cool combis over there. This big thing's getting into the RV life. Back now, and as you can see, I have a full-on yard sale going. Yeah, my final tally, 27 beautiful women. And I would say out of that, maybe 15 or 16 of them were not with a guy. And so even if we do some simple math here, guys, even if half those women are looking to date that are single, there's still gonna be like 7 women up here. Beautiful women who like to hike. They're the creme de la creme. They love nature. They can sleep in a tent. They can use an outhouse. These are the most ideal women in my opinion. So any hiker guys out there, if you live in Calgary, come on up here. And we'll let that dry out in the sun as I pack up my vehicle here. I absolutely love the Zevia stuff. Zevia, if you want to sponsor the channel. So all in, all 3 days is about 43 kilometers with 2,050 meters of elevation gain.
And well, that's it. Another couple days spent in the mountains, another couple days well lived. On the next episode, I find an epic van life spot and spend a few days recovering. Thanks for watching.